And we're live with the negotiator, Branka Stankovic. How are you, Brunks?
Right.
You're good?
Very good.
Brunks has been a property manager for a very, very long time. She's head of our department, which is managing sort of thousands and thousands of tenants, commercial, also commercial, industrial, retail, residential, everything, landlords, tenants. And we were having a bit of a chat today, and we wanted to bring this on air because the environment has really changed. It's really changed since COVID, with disputes between landlords and tenants. We've affectionately or jokingly called it tenant wars to get everyone's attention. Not really war, but it seems a bit of an easier or a better process, Branka.
It's battle.
What's been happening? It's definitely a battle. It's definitely a battle. But we couldn't physically. So an agent used to, if they were managing a dispute between a landlord and a tenant, Branks, the agent would have to go into the city, take the day off, like not be at work generally for the whole day, and the tenant would have to go into the city, not be at work generally for the whole day, or both tenants if there's two or three of them. That's changed. How?
Look, tribunal is always scary part for both parties, actually, for all parties, for tenants, owners, or agents. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we have to attend to tribunal sometime to negotiate and to resolve issues. And it is costly for everybody, and it is a really big job. It is a big job to put all the documents together, to organize everything, and to make sure that we are fighting for right thing. And not just to
Be closer, Brunks, just to be close to the microphone. Yep.
not just to that is scary for the owners or for tenants who is going to win this battle. It is scary for agents as well, because we never know what will be the outcome. And to prepare documents, to go to a tribunal, to stay there all day, because usually we from Northern Beaches we're going to the city, other parts they're going to Parramatta or Western Day, because tribunal exists in other parts of the, not just in a city.
Yes.
But we still have to send the documents to city. We still have to deliver documents. Sometimes we do send that by post, what is express post or register post, but also we do physically deliver the documents there. But now hearings it's by phone or by Zoom. That is changed.
It's the way it's done.
That's the way
So
that is done.
If an agent can't broker an agreement between a tenant and a landlord, that an typical example of that would be the way a property was left or not left, the way at the moment through COVID with tenants negotiating rents with landlords, particularly commercial tenants, if the landlord and the tenant can't have an agreement and are happy with that result, that's when you would go and sit down generally in the city, try to negotiate. If you can't negotiate, then you'd sit opposite a member, and a member would tell you what
Member will decide for us.
member will decide it. So it's quite cheap to apply to go to the tribunals for a tenant, and quite cheap for a landlord. How much is the application fee for a tribunal?
It is $50
Yep.
for individual, but for a company it's $100.
Cheap.
Cheap, that's right. To apply, it is cheap, but then other things are costly. To prepare documents, it takes more than a day, what is about 5 to 8 hours, because documents have to be all printed, have to be all hard copies, all proofs,
Yep.
facts, what has been done, and what is our argument. We have to have our pictures. Everything has to be in a color. Everything has to be put in a order, in the pages. It's not just a little story to say, hey, I don't agree. You have to explain why you don't agree and prove why you disagree or why you agree or whatever. Everyone thinks it's a right, and we all think we have a right. As much as a tenant thinks he has a right to leave a property in a condition that is, and everyone thinks, oh, I left it in a better condition than what I received, um, and um, and it is there is always agreement that that everyone thinks, oh, okay, we all need to be more flexible, and we all take things, oh, it's a V&T.
Yep.
But unfortunately it's not always like that.
Okay.
um,
So now, with what's happened with the tribunal, just give me 1 sec. So
it is alive.
it is a live show. I just had to go over and go, guys. Okay, so tribunal, New South Wales. It must be empty in there. It must be an empty, like no one's going into the city to the tribunal. It might just be an empty building.
That's right, but building is empty. But I can tell you that members are busy because now with this new way,
Yep.
the house hearings are organised on a line, on a Zoom meetings or on a phone. And even that has changed.
Right.
Example, on the beginning of COVID, we members would call us.
Yeah.
We would provide our phone number. Also, tenants, another client will provide the phone number, and we would be called by members.
Okay.
Now they have a different way. They provide a phone number.
Yep.
They provide a meeting ID.
Yep.
And we would call that number and enter the meeting ID number.
Yep.
Then sometimes we can hear that another hearing is in the process.
Yep.
And we have to wait till a member actually call us or start talking to us. They, regardless that is on a phone, it's not just that we are talking only to member and that our case is only case that is being heard that day.
Yep.
That is only our case in that time.
Are the members at home out of interest?
Don't know.
knows?
Sometimes we cannot hear anything.
Yep.
And you think, oh, okay, they probably at the tribunal in their office or there. But sometimes you can hear dogs barking, kids screaming. It's like now with
That's
us.
life. That's life.
That's the life. You cannot really say, but they don't give you opportunity to talk about anything else except your case. You cannot say, hey, I just want to know, are you in office or you at home?
It's business. It's business. Now, Bronx, before we go, your gut tribunal in a physical manner, like there in the city, or tribunal on Zoom, do you think one's more effective than the other? How are you finding? Because there's efficiencies to landlords can come to the office. They don't have to go to the city. There's deficiencies like you don't get belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball with the tenant or the member. What's your gut on the whole thing?
In some things, it's a better,
Yeah.
better way. You can offer all tenants to be on a line. Like
Yep.
if we have a couple, that is, then when we have to go to tribunal before city, our tenants have to take day off. And it's
Yep.
both tenants to take day off. It
Yep.
is costly for them as well.
Some jobs can't
And
even do
then
that.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
then it's only one person there. Till now, whoever is on a lease and whoever wants to be present at the tribunal, it can be on a line. It's the same with owners. It's much easier, and it's a bigger chance for all parties to be there at the same
Present.
time, present, and talk to members and hear really what's happening there.
So tell me, all in all, do you want to see it go the tribunal situation and between a tenant and a landlord? Do you want to see it stay in the city physically, or do you happy for it to stay on Zoom?
Happy to stay on Zoom.
So that's
Yeah.
better.
It's
So it's
better. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Brunks, thank you so much for your time, everyone. I hope we helped you out there with what's happening with tribunal, with tenants and landlords. And it's not necessarily nasty either. Like sometimes it's just a common, very small dispute that both parties feel very passionate and very strong on. Sometimes both parties are right, but it's just hard to find out exactly
To make a decision.
to make a call.
Final.
Brunks, thank you.